This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so the UiPath is the tool, right, which can be used for RPA. What do you mean by RPA? RPA means robotic process automation, right? So what RPA will do basically, the RPA will mimic the human action, right? So maybe I can say in terms of the robot. So you people are aware, like into the mechanical industry or any other industries nowadays, they have deployed the robots. So when we are talking about the robots, right? The hardware robot will come in our mind, right? But here we are going to talk about the software robots, right? So whatever the task the people are doing day by day in terms of computer or in any kind of industry on day-to-day life, so we can automate all those kind of tasks by using the this UiPath tools, right? In addition to that, this tool having the capability, I want to say, as a testing, okay? So maybe you people are aware about the testing. Okay. So in software industry, the word called as a software testing. Okay. So for software testing, not only the software testing, I can say for RPA testing or any kind of functional testing, regression testing, this tool being used nowadays. Right. So UiPath has started this kind of feature as well. Okay, no problem, Utkarsh, right? So we can't only develop the RPA solutions, but in addition to that, we can test those solutions. Not only like we can test the RPA solutions, but in software industry or it might be non-industry, whatever the software task, whatever the software programs being built, that can be tested with this tool actually, right? So this is the one of the tool available into the market which having such kind of capability. No other tool into the market they are having such type of like a capability, I can say. Okay, so we can discuss more about it. Okay, but before that, before starting, so anyone has any idea about what do you mean by software testing? Maybe not completely, but in terms of definition, right? Or maybe you people have already working in into the relevant software industry. So
Yeah.
any idea about what
Yes.
is the okay? So what is
Testing
the yeah?
testing
Yes,
features function testing features functionality of the software.
correct. So whatever the software we are developing, right, or maybe the industry people are developing, it's based on the requirement, right? Whatever the requirement we are getting from the client, right? On the basis of the requirement, we are developing something. So in software testing phase, right? In software testing phase, the test team, okay, have to test that particular software that being built as per the requirement or not, right? So it's called as a software testing. Maybe we can take a very common example in our day-to-day life. Okay, suppose if you want to buy a pen, okay, if you want to buy a pen, what we'll do, we'll have some requirement in our mind, right? Like I want to buy a pen, right? So the ink should be blue, for example. It should be a ball pen or ink pen. What is the cost, right? So we are having different types of requirement in our mind. Then we will go, okay, so here we can see it as a expected result, right? That will be our expected output. But when you are going to the shop for purchasing such kind of pen, I can say, right, then you will tell your requirement to the shopkeeper, right? And based on that you will take that product or that particular pen and you will validate against your requirement, like this is a blue pen or not, right? It's a ink or ball pen or not. Okay? So you being going to validate that particular product, right? And then you will get some result. It's called as the actual result, right? And then you will compare the expected result versus the actual result. It's called as the software testing in terms of technical word, I can say. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about the software testing. So why we read a software testing, right? So can't we go ahead without the software testing, right? Yes, we can go ahead without the software testing, right? But as you see there, a lot of risk is involved there, right? Why the risk is involved? Because of the quality, right? So if you are not going to give the proper quality to a client, then there is a very high chance like we can lose our business, right? So that is the reason the software testing is important. Okay, then as we discussed here, okay, why software testing is required. Okay, so if you want to give any quality product, okay, to your customer, that is the reason we need to do the testing of that particular product, and then we can deliver to the client, okay, appropriately. Fine. Maybe this is the slide I want to explain you. If your software is going to be failure, right, without doing any testing, then it's kind of business failure. Okay, so you will not able to get the business from the client if you are not able to deliver the quality products, right? So the same concept is applicable to RPA as well. That is the reason this UiPath tool thought like we can bring such kind of capability in our tool. So in a market, they can go with the like RPA solutions. At the same time, they can test that RPA solution. So not only that RPA solution, any other software solutions also the tool can test. Okay, so if any organization going for a digital transformation, right, they can use this tool, and at the same time they can test their other products as well, right? So they can save the revenue, or they can save the time and money on such type of products. Okay, so maybe we'll not take much time in terms of what I can theoretical things, right? But in any kind of software development or RPA development, right? These are the phases like plan, design, implement, execute, and analyze, right? So the same concept being used into the software development lifecycle, and the same concept being used in the RPA development lifecycle as well, right? Plan means we have to do the planning if you want to some automate any kind of task, or if you want to develop any kind of task. Then design means we have to design the architecture, right? How that automation will be, or how that product will be, and then we'll start the implementation, or we can say we'll start the development. Once it is done, we'll execute and we'll deploy into the production, and then we'll analyze it, how it is working. Really it's working as per client requirement? Do we need to do any kind of improvement? Do we need to do any kind of change request, right? So this phase, right, it's not only applicable to the software industry, it's being applicable to the RPA industry as well. Okay, so there are different types of levels are available into the testing, like functional testing, as I said, regression testing, integration testing, database testing, in API testing, right? So all kinds of testing, right, we can do with the help of UiPath, right? So we'll not talk much about this theoretical part, so I will show you in a practical way, okay, how it will work into the real life. Okay, so here I want to explain a very simple example. So this is like one of the portal from the UiPath. Okay, this is one of the portal from the UiPath. Okay, so this is like a banking portal. Okay, normally what happens, so I will tell you what is the functionality of it, but I want to give the background tip. So this is a banking portal. If someone want to apply for a loan, right, then people will do some entry like what is the income, what is the date of birth, what is the tenure for that particular loan, right? What is the salary income? So we'll give all the information, and after that, certain rate of interest on that top up loan, right? Will get uh, from the bank, right? So you maybe if you are going to put all the value, right? So I will show you that. So we have to open this portal, we have to go to the products, then we have to click on the loan, and then we have to click on the apply for a loan, right? So I'm going to apply for a loan, and here I want to give all the information. For example, email ID, right? Then loan amount requested. For example, I will give 35,000. What is a loan term? It's a 10 years basically. What is the current yearly income? So I can say the 15,000. And age. Age means the person's age. So I will give this 35, and then click on the submit loan application. Okay. Then based on the input criteria, right, the user will be eligible for such type of interest. Okay, interest rate I can say. If the parameters being changed, right, the rate of interest will be changed, right? So what I want to do, I want to build a flow from the RPA point of view, right, to get this loan rate, and that input will come from the Excel file. Okay, that input will come from the Excel file. So I will show you how that file looks like. Okay, for example, this one. Okay, loan codes. So what I want to do, like, I want to send this data which we got from the people who fill the online form or something like that. Then we'll enter this data into the system, and based on that, right, as per our expected result. Okay, as per our expected result, right, if these inputs are there, then loan rate will be 7%. If these inputs we are going to provide, then the loan rate should be this percent. Accordingly, we have given the loan rate for all kinds of input record, right? So we'll automate this flow, and at the same time we'll validate this expected result, okay, with the actual result. Actual result means after sending this data to the application. Okay, but before implementing this, okay, we have to create a flow in terms of RPA development. Okay, so how can we do that? So first we have to go to the home, then we have to click on the process. Similar way we can use the test automation as well, right? But into the test automation, all the things are by default available. Okay, but this we are going to do first time, so maybe we should not go with the default things, we should go from the scratch. So I will go to this process, I will give the name, for example, UI bank automation, right? And then click on the create. So what it will do, it will create a blank project basically. Okay, it will create a blank project, and then we can build our automation. Okay, and once we build that automation, we can test that automation as, right? So both the things we can do simultaneously. Okay, and our input will be coming through this Excel file. Okay, this is our input file, I can say. Okay, so now I have created this project. Okay, so it's loading. Okay, so the project got created, right? So what I want to do first, I want to prepare the steps, okay, in terms of the RP automation. So here we no need to struggle a lot actually, because here the recording is by default available. So we have to click on the web, because this is a web application. Okay, so click on the web, then this particular wizard will be available. So what is the first thing? We have to open the browser. So click on the open browser, this one, and indicate on the browser. Then it will pick up the URL by default. Click on the OK. Then start the recording. So I'm going to start the recording. So I will go here. I will click on the products, right? Then I will click on the loans. After that, I will click on apply for loan. So every actions will be captured by this automation. Okay, apply for a loan. And then here I will give the email ID. So what email ID we have to give? You can give the email ID as per your convenience, right? And then you can change this email ID at any point of time. So no need to be worried about it. So I have given the email address, then loan amount, maybe 35,000, then loan term for 10 years, then currently year income, maybe we can give 15,000, and then age. Okay, what is the age? I'm going to define maybe like 35. Okay, and click on the submit loan application, right? So in this way, we have created this flow. Okay, so you can see it will create your automated flow. Can you see? We are able to create this flow like automatically with the help of recording. So we have created this flow from the RPA point of view. Now what is the next step? We have to test it. Okay, we have to test it based on the user input. So right, so these are the inputs. Okay, and then we have to validate this loan rate, whatever the loan rate we are getting from the application, and this is the loan rate we are expecting. We will test it or we'll match it. So how can we do that? So go here. So let me close this. Okay. Go to your projects here, right click and click on create test case. So it will create a test case, right? So I will give the test case name like loan rate verification. So I'm going to verify this loan rate. And here test data. Test data means which data you want to test. So we want to test the data available into the Excel file. So we'll go here and we'll click on the existing data. Okay, or maybe we can say the file. Okay, file. So it will ask you which type of file or which file you want to upload. So just browse this, okay, and select your file. So where is my file? So this is my file. Okay, so I'm going to take that file. So I have taken that file. So file is already open, so we have to close it. Okay, then it will work. Okay, let me browse it again. If the file is already open, it will show there. Fine, then your bank, then we'll select the file. Okay, so let me cancel this. Then go to the test data, or otherwise I will cancel this. Okay, we have to do it again. So here I will give UI bank loan verification. Okay, then we'll go to the test data. We'll take it from the file. We have to browse the file. Okay, now it should not display the error. So where is RPA testing? This is the RPA testing, and we can select the file. Click on the open. Now you can see whatever the data is available into the Excel, it got exported here. Okay, so that data we can verify. Click on the create. So as soon as we click on the create, right, what it will do, it will create the one automated flow. So this one, okay, and it will convert this flow in terms of testing language. Okay, so it's called as a Gherkin language basically. So it will convert that flow into the given, when, and then. So what do you mean by given? Given means you are this process is going to give something. Okay, is going to give something. Something. What do you mean by something? Something means input. To whom it's going to give that input? When. To this when process. Okay, in when what is there? The flow which we have created in terms of automation. So if you click on this open workflow, so whatever the flow we have created, that we have to test it, right? So it has created the flow which we have to test it, but in the given will not give any value, because the value we are taking from the Excel. Okay, so if you don't want to give anything, don't give there. Okay, next step is, can you see what is mentioned here? Data successfully imported from the loan code, right? JSON. You can now access the data in your test cases via argument. So if you click on this argument here, right, you can see the header, Excel header, right? Whatever the header was there into this Excel, right? So you can see it got created in terms of argument. So argument is nothing but a variable, right, which will hold the data. But in addition to that, it will have some direction, so we can send the data from one project to another project as well. Okay, so you can see this is a header, so it will take those headers by default. So it has taken those headers by default. Okay, then we have to send this input data, okay, dynamically. Now what we did here, we have directly passed the value, or we can say we have passed the hard coded value, right? But now what is the case? We have to send those value from the Excel input. So what we'll do, we'll remove this hard coded value, the value which we have provided. Okay, so I will remove all this value, because we have to take those value from the Excel file. Okay, so I will remove it, because these are the hard coded value. It won't work properly, right? So for that we have to create a argument or variable, right? By using it, we'll be able to take the data from the Excel, right? So we'll mention here loan email. Okay, and that loan email I will provide here, loan email, right? Then next one is loan amount. So we'll go here, loan underscore amount. So we'll give the loan amount here, right? Next is loan term. So loan term. Okay, so this is the variable or argument I'm creating. So we'll give here loan term. Okay, then loan income is there. So go here, create argument, create one more argument for loan income. Okay, so we'll give here loan income. Loan term is there. Okay, so loan income is not there. So we'll create loan loan income. Okay, so that loan income will provide here loan income. Okay, and what is the last point? Age, right? So we'll create one more argument for loan age, right? Then click on the save all and go back to the UI bank loan verification. And if you click on this import argument, what you can see, these are the argument or variable which we have created into the main flow, right? That flow we have to send it to that particular flow, but it will ask the input from where this input will come, right? We have to map it. So this input will come from the Excel. So from Excel, where it will be get mapped, it will get mapped to this loan email, loan term, loan amount, loan income, and all the things, right? So we'll map it here. Okay, we'll map it here. So loan email. So this value is coming from your Excel, and this value will get assigned to this particular variable or argument, and then it will get what I can say. Then it will get sent it to that particular field. Okay, here I'm giving loan amount. Then here I'm giving the loan term. Okay, then I'm going to give the loan income. Then I will give it as a loan age. Okay, loan age, and click on the OK. Now it got mapped. You no need to be worried about it. Okay, so it will get mapped and it will get sent it to the this process. But the next step is we have to validate. We have to validate the loan rate which is having into the Excel file. Okay, versus the loan rate we are getting on the application, that we have to verify, right? So if you want to do that, we are having some kind of activities here. Okay, to validate the testing things, right? So we have to go to all packages, and we have to just search for a testing, right? So select this one, UiPath Testing activity, and click on the save. So what will happen? That testing related activities will get added into the our studio. Okay, by default it is not available. Okay, but if you want to use it or if you need it very well, we can go to this manage package. Basically, from that package, from the manage package, we can add those activities, right, into our UiPath Studio. Okay, so it will get loaded, including few backend files as well. So that is the reason it will take some amount of time to load here. Now you can see those activities got loaded here. Now we have to verify, right? So if you want to verify, here we are having some activities related to the verification. Okay, so we can use this verify expression with operator, this one. Okay, or we can use this verify expression also, or we can use this verify control attribute as well. So all the three activities looks very similar. Okay, only small difference is there like between these activity. So no need to be worried about, we can take any one. So I'm going to take this one. So what it is saying, verify control attribute, and what it is saying, drop activity here. Okay, so we have to verify the this actual value which we are getting from the application. Okay, versus the expected value, right? So how can we do this? First we'll get the value from the application. Okay, so just 2 to 3 minutes more. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so in 2 to 3 minutes will be done. So we have to just indicate it, or maybe we can wait. Okay, we can indicate on this 6%. Okay, I have clicked on the 6%, and then we have to verify this value with the value which we are coming from the your Excel file. So what is the value? It is a loan amount. Sorry, it's loan rate. It's loan rate. So whatever the loan rate we are getting from the application, right, it will get validated with the whatever the loan rate we are getting from the application, right? Now we are done. Okay, now we are done. So it will launch the browser each and every time. So to avoid it, I will use this close tab here, or maybe we can use the close application as well. And we will say once we are done, we have to close this. So just indicate. Okay, so now we are ready to execute this particular thing. Okay, but before that, let me close this. Okay, so now save all and go here, and maybe we can mention run file with the data variations. So if you click on the run file with data variations, it will ask you, do you want to run with all the data or do you want to run with few set of data? But I will run with all the data. We are just having like few 4 or 5 records, so no need to be worried about it. So I will select all and click on the run. So what it will do, right? It will launch the browser. Okay, it will launch the browser. Maybe you people can see it. It will launch the browser. Then it will perform all the actions, automated actions. You can see it's performing all the automated action, and then it verified it, and then it has closed the browser. So if you want to see the the result, so what the result it is saying, verification failed. Why the verification failed? Because the output value or the actual value was 6, but the expected value was 7, right? That is the reason the first record, for the first record, the verification failed. Now what it will do, it will go and it will test, or it will check for a next set of record. Okay, it will check for the next set of records. So you can see now the browser is being open. Okay, and now it is again sending the data from the next record, and then it has verified. And can you see what it is showing? Verification pass. Why it's showing the verification pass? Because whatever the expected was there and the actual was there, both are matching. And can you see how fast it is doing as compared to the human? See. Okay, so it has processed for the 3 records. Now I think we are having 2 more records, so it will complete the process for 2 more records as well. Okay, so in this way we can use this tool, okay, for the development purpose, like RPA automation development. Along with that, we can test that particular RPA development, and at the same time, not only we can test the RPA development, we can test the our software development as well. Okay, so there is a dual benefit for the organizations who are going to use this particular tool. So you can see it has validated all the five records, and for first record it was failed, but for next set of record it is showing the verification pass. Okay, so in this way we can use this tool, okay, for the verification, or I can say validation, or maybe the testing purpose for software products, right? At the same time, RPA development. Okay, so might be you people got a real or maybe just little flavor of this RPA test suite or RPA testing capabilities, right? So now it's your turn. Maybe if you have any question, any doubt related to this RPA testing or RPA development, or maybe RPA business analyst, anything related to the RPA, please feel free to ask. Any question from anyone? No question from anyone?
I have one question,
Yes,
Sally
yes,
here.
Siley.
Yeah. So earlier, if we want to compare with any data, then we used to just drag that Excel workflow, and then we used to do the if and else condition. So that way also we can go ahead, right?
Yes, yes,
Because
yes, yes.
here,
That way also we can go ahead, Siley. In addition
yeah.
to that, I want to show you. Okay, it will create the I can show you. It will create such kind of automation report as well. Okay, it will create the
Right.
automation report as well, because in software industry or anywhere, if you are going to test something, we have to show the report as well, right? How many test cases
Yes.
was there? How many pass? How many failed? Right? What are the priority of test case? So you can see such kind of wonderful reports also we can build
Mhm.
with the help of this RPA UiPath Test Suite. So that also possible, Sally.
Okay. Yes. So that
In
is
addition,
also possible in
correct.
this.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. That is also possible. Even here, it will do the recording as well. So whatever the automation being executed into the background, right? It will create the recording as well. So that recording will be very helpful in case of your processes getting failed, right? Or if there is any kind of bug is there, right? To
Right.
show to the development team, it will be really helpful, right? So in this way, we can create the recording as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would be able to answer your
Yes,
question.
yes, yes, I got you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Sai.
Thank
So what about
you.
other? Yes, yes, Sally, please go ahead.
Yeah, no, and again, apart from this particular scenario, I just wanted to ask, okay, how we can go ahead for RPA BA specific profile. So can you just add input on that, like what are the
Okay.
prerequisite that would?
Okay, so for RPA BA, right, the prerequisite is you should know the RPA. Okay, the
Hmm.
first point, sorry, I'm going to mute you because there is some background noise. Siley, when you want to speak, you can unmute and you can speak it. Okay, so RPA BA. Okay, so into the market, or maybe I want to tell everyone into the software development. Okay, there are a lot of roles are there like business analyst, development, testing, project manager, support. Those roles are available, right? Similar way in RP also such kind of roles are available. For example, RPA business analyst, RPA developer, RPA testing, RPA support, RPA bot controller, RPA project manager, right? So such kind of roles are available in RP also. Okay. But the primary criteria for such roles, you should aware about the RPA. You should aware about the UiPath because you should know what are the capabilities of the RPA. Okay, unless and until you don't know or you are not aware about what I can say related to the RPA, right? Then it's very difficult to do such kind of job role. Okay, so the first prerequisite is you should know the RPA or I can say the UiPath. This is first point. Okay, the next point or second point. So you should know the few things about the business analyst. Okay, so what business analyst is doing, what kind of documentation that business analyst is doing. Okay, and then what are the roles and responsibilities for the business analyst. So you should know the role what business analyst is doing. Okay, and at the same time you should be aware about the like what is RPA. Okay, so if you want to like go for a business analyst, so there is a very good like a course available on the UiPath Academy, right, for a business analyst. So you can take that course from there, and if you have any questions or if you need any kind of clarification, right, so very well you people can ask me or you can reach out to me at any point of time. So if you want, maybe I can give you my mobile number here. So if you have any kind of questions or any kind of queries, right? So you can ask me. But for this RPA business analyst specifically, Siley, you can go through that academy course. That is the more than enough. Okay, and if you need something apart from this, if you are not able to understand anything, you can reach out to me. I will guide.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and
Actually, I just got through that course, particularly today itself, and I got to know
okay.
like we have lot of stages like prepare or build and continuous improvement, and all those are the stages. But I just want to understand that if suppose my experience is 7+ in functional testing, and directly if I want to jump for the BA role, so would there be a fresher kind of role start, or how they would treatment kind of like
Uh,
interview purpose or something?
so I want to tell everyone, right? Me during the sessions also I'm telling the same thing, Siley. Maybe you also aware about it. Like if you are experienced person, okay? If you are experienced person, right? Even though that is not a relevant experience, right? You have to go as a experienced people. Okay, so you are saying the RPA business analyst. So you have to go experience as a RPA business analyst, Siley. Otherwise, how the organization will accept you as a BA, right? So obviously they will not accept you as a BA.
Right. So I mean, I might need help of yours that
Sure, sure,
just
no
to
problem. If
skeleton
you
that resume.
no problem. If you want a help, like a sample, if you need any sample resume from the BA point of view, right? Or
Right.
if you said you already gone through that academic course, right? So if you
Yeah.
need anything from there also, I would be happy to help you. No problem, sir.
Yeah. Sure. So I'll connect with you
Yeah, yeah, no
maybe with
problem.
your availability.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. So I
Yeah.
already have
Yeah.
given my number. Might be you already have as well. Okay,
Yes, I
so
do have. Yeah.
you can ping me and we can set up the timing and we can discuss highly, no problem.
Right, because I have already attended the RPA developer session, but now as I'm working as a functional QA, so I have more interest in PA profile. So I
That is
thought that
fine.
if I'll continue there, then it would
No
be great
problem.
for
So
me.
nowadays there are a lot of job are available in business analyst area also. Okay, so that will be great. I can say because you have the interest, right? So no need to be worried about it. So there are also a lot
Yeah,
of job vacancies are there.
right. I'll connect with you because first my I would need your help for the resume
Don't worry, sir.
preparation. That how it would.
Okay, don't worry. So I will
Yeah,
share the sample CV with you. Okay, then you can
sure,
build
sure.
your CV. You can show me. Okay, then I will review it. If any kind of modifications are required, I will help you. No problem.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Saili. Thank you. So what about others? Maybe Shubham,
Hi,
Pramod.
Kiwi Pramod here.
Ah, ha, hi. Pramod.
Hope you remember me. I took
Yes,
a
yes,
training
yes.
from you.
Why not,
Yeah.
Pramod? Yeah, tell me.
I have a question like there is one option in Studio, right? Analyze file. So is this a part of testing?
No, no, no.
If you
So
go into Studio,
analyze file is like that. Okay, it will just analyze the file. Okay, so if there are any kind of errors are there, or not, so it's not related to the testing.
okay. So adding to this question, if there are errors, then do we need to remove? Because if project is working fine and still it is showing errors when we run the analyze project, so do we need to remove that errors?
No, no, no. See, if your project is running, okay, so it's not error, right? It's those are the warnings I can say. Okay, those are the warnings. If there are errors in your project, it won't execute at all. Okay, but if there are kind of warning things, right, it will show you the warning, but very well you can execute your project, right? But it's always good if you can correct those warnings.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So what about Pritam?
Yeah,
Any
hi. Ac yeah, actually, I have a question. Like, as we all know that there are a lot of RPA tools in the market. So,
Okay.
how UiPath is different from others?
So as I said initially, Pritam, so UiPath is one of the tool who's having this testing capability. Other tool even don't have the testing capability. Okay. So not only this point. Okay. So if you want to go for a Citrix automation, right? If you want to go for a tended automation, right? Or we can say the thin client application. So other tools are still lagging. Okay. In those kind of automation, right? And UiPath, with the help of UiPath, we can do like such kind of automation as well, right? Then the next point is costing. So UiPath having a very attractive pricing as compared to any other tool into the market. And last but not least, Preetham, the ease of use. Okay, the ease of use for the automation, right? So that is being having into the UiPath, but it will be little less, I can say, into the other tools. So there are a lot of factors are there, but the most important factors I want to mention here.
Okay.
Okay. So any more question from anyone? So this is also now will be the feature. Okay, so this RPA testing. So whatever the jobs are available into the testing, right? Currently, maybe into the manual testing, functional testing, or automation testing, right? So now the industry are looking for the RPA testing role as well, right? So it would be always better, like to be aware about this RPA testing. Okay. So any question? So if you don't have any question right away, so I already have shared my contact number into the group chat as well. Okay, so very well you can contact me at any point of time. So I will guide you in terms of if you need any kind of BA basically, or the testing or the development, will help you. Okay, So if you don't have any questions right now, maybe we'll stop the session. And if you need something from me or EmergenTeck, you can contact us. Okay. So thank you all for the joining, right? And have a good night. Take care.
Thanks.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Bye bye.